Go ahead, it might relax you.
Oh. Didn't make me relaxed. Just makes me want to burp. Probably burp and the pressure in the cabin will change and we'll... Busy with work, not answering the phone. You'll reach him. You always do.
Dorothy's right. You're worrying for nothing. I remember back in St. Olaf.
Hold it right there, Will Rogers. None of us is in the mood to hear one of those St. Olaf stories.
Well, then here's one against your will. But to show you I'm a good sport, I'll get right to the part that'll make Blanche feel better. My butt's asleep.
We don't get much company. Look, that's my decision. Goodbye, company.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'll sweeten the pot. You let Kevin play this weekend, and I'll take you out Saturday night.
On the blackboard in the kitchen.
Ow, my tooth!
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Stay away from the food on the table. It's wax. Hi, Ma. Oh, Dorothy, I didn't know you were coming. Would you bring the kids?
No, actually, I wanted a chance to talk to you alone.
Sal, Dorothy's here. Believe me, they're much funnier dead. As I was about to enter the light, a voice boomed. Before you can enter the gates of heaven, you must patch things up with your ex-son-in-law, Stan.
You see, babe, it's all part of the big guy's master plan. I am but a humble servant.
If you're old enough to remember when Sinatra was skinny, please send letter and photo. This is the one. He's perfect. I found myself a man.
I just got a call from Thor Anderson in St. Olaf. He's going to be in Miami next week, and we're getting together for dinner and to talk about old times.
So, when your presents and your designer luggage and you think you're better than everybody else, you have everything. Do you have to have Ma, too? I mean, all these years you've been her favorite. All I wanted was this time with her.
Dorothy, you are crazy. You're Ma's favorite. You always have been.
Oh, come on, Gloria. You're the one who always got all the...
Shape up.
A lake.
I think we'll just sit here.
I'll go with you, Rose. I'm a sucker for natural beauty. And a gin and tonic. Let's find the bar call.
Blanche, I'm glad we're alone. There's something I think we should do.
Dorothy, I like you as a friend, but I think I'll pass.
April morning.
Oh, well, you ought to talk all fresh, scrubbed, and rosy-cheeked like a country parson in a September hoedown.
Why do I get the feeling they had a maid named Honeybee when they grew up?
Come on in, Clayton. I want you to meet my best friends, Dorothy and Rose.
Nice
Dorothy,
to meet
it's a
you, Clayton.
pleasure.
They're doused in sorrow, because even though they seem far away, they could come true tomorrow. I wrote that, Blanche. You know it isn't half bad.
Well, it's better than a lot of them you read on greeting cards.
Oh, I have hundreds of them.
You know what I'm thinking, Rose?
That with your draw...
Hello, girls. Dorothy, Rose, you all remember Laszlo?
Of course, Laszlo, the artist from your museum. Oh, we really enjoyed your lecture on modern sculpture.
I didn't think anyone was paying attention.
Oh, we sure were. Especially Dorothy. She even talked to... I've never been in a place like this. Are these all real cowboys?
Of course, Rose.
I don't believe it. Another rejection. And this one isn't even personal. It's a form letter. They just filled in my name at the top.
Knows how many other women he took advantage of.
Ladies, I can explain, but now is not the time.
I will tell you what time it is. Time for a hanging. Somebody get me a rope. And a tree from props.
Wait a minute, let me speak.
Sanitarium up north.
I'm going to enter the U.S. Senior Sports Classic, and I'm going to win.
I had no idea that you could skate that well.
Oh, Oh, when I was young, my folks had me train for the U.S. team. The day the Olympic Committee came to St. Olaf, I was so nervous. You can't buy from a scalper. That's a crime.
Well, so is eating grapes at the supermarket, but you do that all the time.
I have to test them.
Rose, 1 is testing, 14 is brunch.
Good Lord, I'm a criminal.
Fine, as long as you already have a record, I can count you in.
It always puts me in a romantic mood. Dorothy, did you ever make love on top of a mountain?
No, the closest I ever came was making love on top of a fat guy called Old Smoky. Let's check in.
On the stage for 5 hours talking about God and eating graham crackers. They wore masks to cover their faces, but other than that, they were totally naked.
And you stayed through the whole evening?
Well, I would have left, but one of the actors looked so familiar to me. I'd down the wall and make mad, passionate love on the carpet.
Blanche, what the hell are you talking about?
You stole the closing banquet of the only art show I've ever put together in my entire life.
I did not steal your banquet. Mr. Allen assigned it to me.
And why? Why should he give...
Selling encyclopedias, why didn't he try to sell us a set?
And you know what else is so strange about it? He didn't bring them in.
Rose, no encyclopedia salesman lugs around 26 volumes door to door.
Are you kidding? In St. Olaf, they carry 52.
She looked like Fess Parker from another time.
Girls, guess what? I just got an invitation to the reunion of my college sorority, the Alpha Gams.
I belonged to a sorority when I was in college, the Alpha Yams. It was an agricultural college.
Because you suspected I wasn't your daughter?
No, because I was in labor for 38 hours. And the doctor who delivered you bought his obstetric tools from a restaurant supply store. Now stop talking crazy and go to bed. Good night.
It's something to do with my life. I never think of myself as old, but everyone else does. Maybe I am old and useless, and terrified.
You think you know everything about the opposite sex?
Let the record speak for itself. I have had 143 relationships.
And no convictions.
That is very sweet. Well, I guess we'll see each other at the book signing.
Oh, I meant to ask you, by any chance, do you happen to know what happened to Big Daddy's pocket watch? Virginia says you took it after the funeral.
That pocket watch meant so much to Hollingsworth of Atlanta, daughter of Curtis Hollingsworth and Samantha Roquet of Augusta and Shreveport, daughter of... I can't do it. Daughter of Feldman.
I don't want to make a fuss.
Well, then call Enrique Massa. Let him make your fuss for you. Right there on television. You got to stand up for your rights, Rose.
All right, maybe I'll call.
Rose!
Well, I just feel overwhelmed. How could this have happened? Charlie and I were so careful with our money. We saved, we never...
Caroline's feelings, not Miles. Otherwise, why would he be here?
I was trying so hard to impress her.
I remember when we had to impress a man's parents, not his children. Boy, Mother Devereaux was dead set against me marrying George. She wanted her little boy to marry a virgin.
As I can, and I bet by the time I'm through, she'll be as anxious to save that tree as we are. Hello, Miss Claxton? This is Rose Nyland. How are you? Well, I've never sat on one before, but wouldn't that be painful?
Hey, I got an idea. You know, I'm feeling a little frisky. Did you ever make love in the out of doors?
Miles, no. Well, just once.
Charlie and I went to St. Olaf's most romantic outdoor trysting place. Can. We're not proving anything by sitting here any longer. We might as well all go.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Does this mean that you're giving up when you've gotten this far?
No, it means I can see the sun coming up over the Donaldson's house. It's morning. We made it.
He's right.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, congratulations. I bet you feel better. What kind of artist?
An unsuccessful one. I haven't sold a painting in a year. I haven't eaten in a week. Last night I burned all my brushes just to stay warm.
Wow, that must have been beautiful.
I just hate to see an artist suffer. Look here.
The Pope is saying a mass on his stopover here. Ma got 2 tickets. We're going together. Oh, a papal mass is something people wait a lifetime for.
Whoops.
Whoops. Is that Pope related or just another bark in the kennel?
The Pope, I traded our 2 bad tickets way in the back.
They're in the bureau drawer.
Wait me.
I'm starting to root for the revolution.
Well, we're here now. Come on, let's make the best of it.
Yeah, maybe this room isn't a total loss. Look here, a vibrating bed. Come on, let's give it a try. Come on, it'll be fun.
Shoot. I would like to thank you all for choosing me to be the best friend of the year. I'm a very lucky woman. Not only do I have a lot of friends in this community, but I have a lot of good friends at home. Friends who care about me and care about each other. A little. Who wants an eclair?
Oh, God, that's John. Oh, I just hope I can be mean enough.
Dorothy, do that thing you do to me in the morning when I try to take a piece of bacon off your plate.
Blanche,
Honey, we want you to come in off the ledge. We're worried about you.
There's nothing to worry about. I'm not going to jump. That would be crazy.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm going to fly.
You can't fly.
Mr. Terrific can do anything.
Of course you can, Mr. Terrific. Rose, don't argue with me.
My father, Big Daddy, but I would never get serious about anybody he didn't approve of. Since he is dead, I feel...
Oh, for God's sake, Blanche.
Well, I guess I could always tell him that he's too good for me.
Sometimes the truth is best.
I am. I'm fighting a losing battle. You're younger, you're prettier. In the end, he'll choose you, and it'll break my heart. He's yours, Blanche. No hard feelings.
Oh, Sophia, wait. Why don't you take Fidel? I have all those other boyfriends.
Okay, goodbye.
Ma, it's not cute once you pass 80.
Oh, I thought I heard come. Best way to handle it was just to lead my girls in a farewell cheer. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who will Blanche no longer date? Come on.
Did he get the message? Or did the band have to spell out buzz off at halftime?
This group of children laughing at her, and in the bubble coming out of her mouth it says, "It's not funny. You try getting white bread and mayonnaise out of your braces." And then in the third panel...
Rose, how many panels are there?
16. And then in the next panel...
Could you just tell us the gist?
The best audience in the world! The best audience in the world. The best audience in the world. The best audience in the world.
Rose.
Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Blanche. You all right, honey?
Lesson, Rose. That's how you tell a story.
Blanche, here we've been running on about the concert, and you haven't even had a chance to tell your story. Go ahead.
Never mind, I don't feel like it anymore.
Honey.
Honey, how'd it go? Not so good. I looked all day and came up with nothing. I'm beat.
Oh, honey, come on, sit down, relax. Can I get you a sardine sandwich?
Maybe later. I know it'd be rough looking for a job, but not this rough. You did kinds of jokes growing up. Actually, it ran in the family. In our breakfast room, we had one whole wall covered with kick me signs we had collected. Oh, there was a story attached to each one of them, and in some cases, the original Scotch tape.
Water, I'm going back out into the hurricane.
Dorothy?
I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. I'm just so glad to have my mother and my sister back. They're cute.
Yeah, and I've had them both.
We have a question from the audience. Yes, sir. Are there male-female roles in the relationship?
Well, I am the little homemaker, if that's what you mean.
Now, wait a minute. Just let...
For the very first time, Blanche Devereaux is going to reveal her true and accurate age right after you tell me your weight.
119.
42. Coffee, please.
Dorothy, now calm down. Until last night during your show of shows, when he hands me some papers he found in the hall closet. He tells me they made a mistake on my birth certificate when I came into this country, and I'm actually 50.
So what's the difference? You're 50.
What's the difference? I gave that man the best years of my life, and he just stole 2 more.
Untamed, we're in a real bind. How would you like to play Henny Penny?
Well, I have enjoyed playing a hen in the past.
Fill us in. Parade, honeymoon, or religious ceremony?
Theater. The St. Olaf Masquer's production of Hamlet.
I don't right off recall a hen in Hamlet.
You can't afford all that stuff on a vice cop salary. Who knew, huh?
Aunt Blanche, I'm a grown woman. I can live my life any way I want to.
Oh, I know that. I just don't think this is the way you really want to live it.
Is it my fault men find me attractive?
No, honey, what they find you...
Ma, give me a break. The dye gel's on the bottom shelf.
You saw a Cuban Macbeth. He'll get out of school and spend his whole career getting arrested on TV cop shows.
Ma, you don't see the bright side of anything, do you?
No, but I can fake a smile. Congratulations, Paul. Not half as disappointed as I am. I admit at times your stories about being a big shot gangster seemed colorful to me. But I figured you weren't that guy anymore. And if you are, you're not for me.
Wish you'd have told me that before.
I'm starting to chicken out.
Now, Rose, honey, don't you be self-conscious. There's probably lots of people here with bodies much worse than yours and Dorothy's.
Well, then...
That's it, I'm out of here.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning. You're eating a bowl of pasta?
No, I'm eating a bowl of Nabisco Zitios. Of course I'm eating pasta. I need to gain weight. I'm wasting away, Dorothy.
What do you mean?
I got weighed this morning. I couldn't believe what I saw. 98 pounds.
What do you usually...
Dorothy, fix him a plate.
Later, Ma.
Breathe normally.
Later I could be dead. I won't know whether he liked it.
Sophia, please. I can't hear. And I ate at my mother's.
What did you eat?
Kreplach.
You're Jewish?
All right, now, relax.
How come so many doctors are Jewish?
Because their mothers are.
Ma and Rose.
Oh, I know it's just a terrible thing to do, and I just feel awful even thinking about it. But Dorothy, let's face it, if we team up with Fred and Willard, we stand a much better chance of winning.
Marge, I am shocked that you would even suggest such a thing.
Dorothy, your mother and Rose are dead weight. Let us cut them loose before they drag us down.
Yes, being wide awake and scared and by yourself without a double fudge chocolate cheesecake in the freezer.
I'll get the silverware.
Better already.
You know, I never used to do anything like this with my old roommates.
But you had roommates before us? I never knew that.
Yes.
Then it sure can't be you.
Oh, this is ridiculous. There's only one way to settle this. Where is Laszlo?
There he is. Laszlo.
Laszlo, let me be the first to tell you what a simply stunning piece of art this is.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Now, who the hell is it?
You mean it's not obvious?
Not today.
Take her to lunch. Sure. With the size of our estate, I think we can afford lunch.
So that's it. That's the big secret. Charlie was a nice guy.
Oh, I'm sorry it lacked the intrigue of the Duncan Osgood case.
But isn't it amazing how things always work out?
Besides that, I'm still in love with the man, and I can't let him marry someone else.
Is it me or is the room suddenly getting darker?
Oh, Rose, honey, now don't let this personal thing depress you.
Dorothy, I can't help it. I haven't been this depressed since I was rejected by Uncle Sam.
Well, honey, if he was your uncle, it wasn't meant to be.
It's not like him.
Oh, hello. This is Dorothy Zbornak. I'd like to confirm my reservation on flight 505 to Orlando. Now, let's go over the arrangements I made to have...
The reason why I would lie to you?
You're embarrassed because you seduced him. You're scared, and you're guilty because you ruined his campaign.
3 good reasons.
Oh, shut up, Rose.
Hello. Yes, this is
I
Blanche.
hope to think you can be just as dopey at 82.
So, do you want to get a divorce?
Hey, I'm Catholic. I don't need a divorce on my record with St. Peter in spitting distance. I say we get separated.
Fine. That's a better idea.
Anyway, Ben got older and I guess a little bit frail, and this is the hard part of my story. One autumn day, I walked by that porch and old Ben was gone.
The bed he died and the bed he was born in.
Now, you're telling me what you would like me to do.
Here, I have a picture.
Well, this is not you. You are a vixen. For you, I see a saucier cut, an Audrey Hepburn look. Simple, elegant, and something to accent these delicate features.
May I help you, madame?
How do you know I'm not a mademoiselle?
Because what man in his right mind would leave you to languish on the vine?
If this was Sicily, you wouldn't have any lips left.
What do you think about that?
It's hard to tell, Blanche. We'd need to see both earrings on.
I bought it to help Rose and me win the bowling tournament this year.
You think you have a shot at the trophy? I thought the Nielsen twins were unbeatable.
Oh, I don't really care whether we win or not. I just... Stephanie, come here, you.
Aurora just got up, so you may not be able to put her down for a nap this afternoon.
Oh, that's all right. I enjoy it when she's awake.
Mother, this is so unlike you. You've never really liked babies.
Rebecca, go home. You are interfering in mine. The baby's bonding time.
With emergencies in the Italian army. Help!
Blanche, what are you
doing with all that candy?
Well, whenever there is a natural disaster, you know, some unscrupulous opportunist always hoards all...
Our own little secret. That and the dent in Blanche's car. Gotcha.
You are such a liar.
What?
Neither one of them is your best friend. Admit it. I'm your best friend.
You're right. I was talking about you, Ma.
Have problems. Marital problems.
Excuse me, honey. Hello. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Schechter. Oh, that is good news. Great news. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. Goodbye, Mr. Schechter. Mr. Schechter peed.
Ma, will you knock it off? Ma! What? We've been washing glasses for 10 minutes. We finished 3.
So what's the Rimangia Cavallo?
So?
Let her tell the story.
When I was 14 in Sicily, my father arranged a marriage with a neighbor's son. My dowry was 2 chickens, a ladle, and a goat to be named later.
We came from a wealthy family.
Oh, thanks for a wonderful evening. It's not many men who take a girl shopping.
Well, it's not every woman who likes to shop for bait. Well, sweetheart, I had a wonderful time. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's this in my pocket?
That line being to you, he's yours.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Devereaux. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome. Hi, Mrs. Nyland.
Hi, Daisy. Bye, Daisy. That was Daisy, wasn't it? Yes. She's been helping out the entire time you've been gone. It's just so inspiring the way those Sunshine Cadets volunteer for community. Bugs at his place. Well, he didn't want to make a big deal of it. He said he could try to pass them off as shellfish and sell them out of the back of his trunk. But I thought it was a great story, and so did my boss. In fact, he's putting it on tonight's news.
Rose, please tell me you're kidding.
My boss said he wanted to expose Angelo's land.
Maybe we have one. Maybe he can see things we don't have the power to see. I read that in a book. People with mental illnesses are the chosen.
Who chooses them, Shirley MacLaine?
George, we've got to have a talk.
Okay.
We have...
Oh, hi, Blanche. How was your appointment with Dr. Rosenzweig?
Well, I was so nervous that I just rushed right in there and pulled off my top and said, well, what do you think?
What'd he say?
He said,
$100 so I can get my TV. And I've been working on what we can tell Blanche about that plate. I wrote it down. You be Rose, why don't I be Sophia? This is what we'll say right after they walk in the door. Hi, Blanche. You look beautiful. Welcome home. I love you. I broke... You're gonna get linguine all over me.
Ma, go back to sleep. It's just me, Dorothy.
Get the hell out of my bed.
Ma, I have a heart. The heat went out again. I'm freezing to death. You're the only one who has an electric blanket.
Oh,
I'll get it. Hello? Hi, Walter. How are you?
yeah, I feel like a caged animal in heat, too.
Walter, you naughty boy. Keep on talking.
Fernando, you naughty boy, not the feather. It'll be in the upper 80s with a nice gentle breeze. So with that outdoor service, we'll come away with some healthy color.
Aunt Gretchen always loved the sun.
Well, maybe they'll have an open casket. You know, ever since the funeral, I've had this dream where it's all a mistake and George is really alive, and I just feel so happy. We see each other, we run to embrace, but just before we hug, always just before we hug, I wait.
Which mostly meant trying to get my Salvador into a shirt with sleeves. Turn that thing off and get up from the couch. Mama will be here any minute, and you look like a bum.
So what's the problem? She already thinks I'm a bum.
Salvador,
Yeah.
did you get me a present for Mother's Day?
You know, the teacher I've been working with on the youth fair.
She's known him for 2 whole weeks, and he hasn't asked her out yet.
Look, I don't know him. We have spent exactly 2 Saturday mornings building display booths and painting signs. We're hardly close.
Maybe you could be if you'd ask him out. He's obviously too shy to ask you. Maybe just...
I want Leon off the team. Now, I don't care if he is 6'11" and weighs 300 pounds. The boy can't spell his own name unless he copies it off his jersey. Well, no, I'm not going to tell him. You tell him. You're the coach.
Dean Tucker.
Come in. Look, we'll talk about it later.
I was talking about this.
Does this mean no cookies?
Well, as long as we own them.
Blanche, did you really start shaving at 11? That seems so young.
Oh, I did it on a dare. You know, back where I come from, everybody thought that once you started shaving your legs, why, you'd become loose. So I shaved them. It's coming weekend? Well, sure I can. All right. All right, I'll see you then, Janet. I love you, baby.
Not too fast.
I don't believe it! This is incredible news! I've been nominated for St. Olaf Woman of the Year!
Oh, that's nice. Did the new TV guide come yet?
Blanche, you don't understand. In St. Olaf, this is the hot...
I love that car. All the memories we had in that car, huh? The cruising, the drive-ins, the road trips.
And don't forget the accident you had in that car.
What accident?
I'll give you a hint. It cost me $10 every Christmas and still calls me Grandma.
You all look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Well, David, what are you doing here?
I'm going back to Dallas tonight, but before I leave, there's something I have to know.
Oh, come on in. Y'all go on, I'll meet you there.
You can do that by yourself.
I'm aware of that, Ray. Stan didn't want to get old. No, I'd like someone to sit on the porch with, hold hands, listen to the birds, watch the grass grow.
Blanche, what kind of man are you looking for?
That it was not about sex. There's a lot more than that to Blanche Devereaux. My dream was to be a great scientist, work in a laboratory, do research, find a cure for the common cold.
You know, Blanche, I owe you an apology. I really thought...
Then I'd knock all those test tubes off the table, grab a PhD, and show those lab rats.
£2! He's our best player. If Billy doesn't play, the team can't win.
Rose, rules were made for people like Billy. Little bodies don't like it when big bodies fall on them.
Which is why Raymond Burr never married.
It was heartbreaking because, you know, when you sweat out a pilot and you're so thrilled, and I think he was more as excited as all the rest of us, and then to discover that the part had been cut had to be, I had such guilt feelings about it, but so much of our interaction took place at the...
Pizza Boston.
I'm sorry, I didn't know who you were, but Charlie didn't like to talk about the war.
I always hoped Johnny and I would hook up again one day, but, well, believe it or not, I never had the occasion to visit St. Olaf.
Really? You mean not even to change planes for St. Gustav?
Oh, you can't get to... May your legs grow old and gnarled and withered like an olive branch. You should be so lucky. May your moles grow hair thicker than cherry veils. May your marinara sauce never cling to your pasta. That's it. Come back here and say that to my face.
On our way, Hetty came upon Goosey Lucy, one of the most popular birds in the barnyard.
The most popular.
And the 8th graders are seeing a play today about how to be that popular safely.
Blanche, you don't know how much it means
I'm
to
not
me to...
here for you. I realize this is a very important night for Rose, and that's why I came. Just don't mind me.
To Rose.
I like this toast to Blanche better.
Fathers, you put a pillow over my face. How could I sleep with that racket?
What racket?
Your pencil.
My pencil?
You're pressing too hard.
Out walking. You know what today was, Rose? It was my birthday.
Blanche.
Now, don't start your yammering. It was one of the best birthdays I have ever had. I did some soul searching, and it occurred to me that I'm a vibrant, energetic woman. I mean, I must still have some life left in me if I can make Mel Bushman's head snap back like that.
You mean old Pez head?
Ever since I was 15, that and having major surgery and telling me about it 2 days later. Sometimes she didn't even need the surgery.
That's guilt.
Well, the days of my mother making me feel guilty.
I have a problem. I'll say. You should never have stopped using that depilatory.
Ma, I'm up here.
Oh,
Ma, Rose isn't talking.
never really given Salvador a chance.
You know, I don't understand what you see in this man.
It's not something I can explain. Everything you say about him is true. Lord knows he's not terribly bright. He's not terribly good looking and not much of a provider. But I love him anyway. I don't know why. It's the little thing.
We have something to talk to you about. We are worried about you. Now, maybe it's none of our business, but all that time that you spend with those pathetic wimps from the center, you should spend looking for a job.
But those wimps need me.
But, Rose, honey, you have your own problems.
Look, you are 55, unemployed, your husband is dead. Oh, come on, Gloria, that is the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Dorothy, even with all my money, you have so much more than I do. You have Ma and your friends and your work and... Your life just seems so much more important than mine.
You miserable.
Oh, would you two knock it off? It's time for another world.
You can't watch Another World.
And why not?
Because you watched it yesterday.
That's exactly why I have to watch it today, Dorothy, to find out what happens. That's why they always say stay tuned for the continuing story of Another World.
Too bad, bladder of Snellmations.
You know, Rose, sometimes I wish somebody had turned the hose on your parents. Oh, and now I can afford some accessories for it.
Like a purse?
Like an aviator. Here, let's just put that lucky ticket in my jacket pocket for safekeeping till tomorrow.
I think we really ought to go out to dinner to celebrate.
What a great idea! I'll go freshen up.
I'll get my purse.
And a box of Milano cookies to take home to your wife. A fact, use it as you wish.
Anyway, it was love at first sight. And nobody in town could believe that this man, who had lived for 52 years with his mother, would fall head over heels in love with the town squeak.
Now. They love me. These people love me. Dorothy and Lucas, would you please join hands? Lucas, do you take this woman to be your wedded wife? Do you promise to love, support?
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am?
How would you like to go home for a little while and spend Christmas Eve with your family?
Oh, I'd love to. Wait a
No,
second.
if you trust us, we'd be happy to watch the place while you're gone.
Ooh. Can you cook?
Are you black?
parents in this their time of need.
And I can't believe that the two of you are so inconsiderate that you would disturb me with something this ridiculous when you know how important my exam is. If I don't pass it, I don't get my raise.
That's it. Everybody out.
Sophia, we're scared.
I'm scared too that we won't be able to afford meat on the table. You want to...
Sophia doesn't have a TV in her room.
I know.
Then after we finished talking, she'd always give me a piece of hard candy and a kiss goodnight. I can't sleep. And what's worse, I went to Sophia's room for one of our...
Yeah, come on, sweetheart. Oh, I know. Here we go. Okay, Cal, hit it. Isn't she incredible? What do you say, girls? Can she stay?
I guess so. All right. I'm upset about Dorothy and Blanche.
Oh, me too. Who'd believe that they'd break up their friendship over a man?
It happens.
What can we do?
Nothing.
There is something.
Dorothy, you know you have the most beautiful eyes. And a quarter in your ear.
Ken, we really have to talk.
What's the matter, sweetheart?
I don't know whether this is harder to say or harder to hear. Affected your non-rolling meatball?
Hey, just because you have a chin doesn't mean you're Jay Leno.
Ooh, what smells so good in here besides me?
Lasagna alla Sofia. I made it for the Daughters of Italy cooking contest. All right.
Or was it on payday? Anyway, I remember a butcher block table was involved.
Blanche.
Anybody ready for dessert?
I am, Grandma.
Oh, good. I'll slice into that Rice Krispie log.
Just coffee.
Just like home.
Oh, hi, Ma.
Oh, here, Dorothy. I want to know what you think of my pasta pesto. It's for the Boscos. They'll be here any minute.
Ma, this is very big winker.
It was more than a wink. He came up to me and he put his big masculine arms around my tiny little waist.
I don't believe you.
What?
I don't believe that he put his big masculine arms around your... Who is it?
It's Priscilla.
Priscilla?
Priscilla, you're getting married tomorrow. You should be in bed.
There's not going to be a wedding.
The hell there isn't. Sorry, dear, you were saying...
Ramon and I had a fight. I decided I'm not going to marry him.
Oh, honey, now. He says my heart is a time bomb. But don't be concerned. Except for the fact that I've only made love in one position, I've led a very full life. Let's go.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't there something we can do?
He says any little shock or surprise and it's kaboom. And then I drink a bottle of Chianti and I pass out.
It's really a shame you and Ma don't live closer to each other.
Dorothy is right. How many years do we have left? 20, 30? We should live in the same town.
You want to come back to that little village in Sicily?
Please, do I look like a...
I cannot believe a person would push a perfect stranger out of the way, step on her hand, and give her an elbow to the forehead just for a Batman hat. But I did it anyway. I got the hat. Now, I guess I just have this thing about giving gifts that are more fun than the ones my grandpa...
Again, you're a beautiful woman, Dorothy.
What do you want, Ma?
You're so suspicious. I'm hurt. This is why the compliments only come every 40 years.
I'm sorry, Ma.
Sorry enough to be in the Shady Pines mother-daughter beauty pageant?
Ma, you hate Shady Pines. Why do you want to go back?
2 words. Glad...
Don't take this wrong, but I gotta know. You are a girl, aren't you?
Seems like I'm always mad at my brother Phil. as a blind person.
I'll talk to her.
Rose?
Yes. Lily,
I know you just wanted to see if I was all right.
I think I'd be very flattered and proud that you thought of me that way.
Thank you, Rose.
Well, I guess that's all I had to say. Except you don't have to go. Unless you think our friendship alone isn't enough.
It's enough. After we were married, I told George that the only thing that could have made that evening more romantic was if we'd had candles and wine and a big blanket. So on our 10th anniversary, George fired up the old Packard and we drove along the same...
Oxen, for God's sake! I mean, what made him think he could carry a TV?
You know how pig-headed the Germans are.
Oh, Jake, you're never going to leave my side. In fact, I'll get you a job with me at the hospital. Oh, they have a program where animals come and visit the elderly.
Listen, we were going to give you your wedding gift tomorrow, but since we won't see you, why don't you take it home with you tonight?
Oh, thank you. That... Dorothy, are you crazy? We're gonna lose a fortune on this wedding.
And you let her march out that door with your best piece of crystal.
Hello, police. Let's go, Rose. Everyone's waiting for you.
I don't think I can go through with this.
What's the matter, honey? You and Jonathan have a fight?
No, it's just that I think marrying Jonathan might be a mistake. He is a lot shorter than I am.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Me neither. How could you miss it? Everyone notices, right?
Put on no more tuna fish.
Blanche, you hate tuna fish.
All right, then no more tuna fishermen.
Hi, girls. Do these pearls look okay with this?
Honey, pearls look fine with everything, from the fanciest dress to... I cannot accept this ring.
Because you loved him so much you didn't want to stand in the way of his career.
No, because it was a piece of cheap glass and the band was turning my finger green.
Well, no matter what your reasons were, you obviously made the right decision. He probably went on to a very successful career. Here and hit those books.
Oh, if you want a diploma, you have to apply yourself. Do you think Bob Hope got all those degrees without studying?
Rose, let me handle this. Listen, Blanche, nobody said that going back to...
Nice to meet you, too.
Dorothy's done nothing but talk about you for weeks. Rose. Every time she mentions your name, she practically glows. Rose. I think she's really very smitten with you. Rose. He's a priest, isn't he?
Oh, Sophia, I have something to tell you.
Wait. Let me tell her. Sophia, we're out of business. I gambled the money away.
That's not true.
Well, I wish it wasn't. That's what happened. I'm sorry, Sophia.
I don't believe it. This is insane.
Calm down.
Calm down. Calm down.
Self, I don't need help. I'm a totally independent person.
I know.
I need $67 for the cab.
$67? Ma, this is crazy. The home is 15 minutes from here.
My cab driver is Cuban. He said there was an additional tax for a bilingual driver.
Well, this is not the end, I can promise you that. Justice will be done here. I hate criminals. I just hate them. Someone's going to pay for this heinous crime. We're going to have a good old-fashioned hanging. That's right, a hanging. Only first we'll have a whipping, and then we'll have a hanging.
I just forgot.
Well, that's why when he called today, I invited him myself, and he says he's looking forward to coming.
Well, you should have still asked me first.
Oh, you're right, honey, but he's on his way over. We made a terrific dinner, so why don't you just relax and enjoy a lovely evening?
Well, you don't understand. Jonathan is a very special person. I don't want you doing or saying anything that would embarrass.
Avoid. Start with the one in your head.
Come on, honey, just a few notes. Oh, Dorothy, do you believe it? I mean, 4 chickens and not one of them has any musical ability.
It's a sad commentary, Rose. All the young chickens are wasting their time playing video games.
Run, get us the number. Go on.
Why, hello there, Blanche.
Well, Dorothy, Russell, hi. What are y'all doing here?
Russell and I just entered the dance marathon.
Really? So did I.
Yes. It's for charity.
Paid my sister to sing for free in his piano bar.
You mean your sister Virginia?
No, I mean my sister, Miss Susan Anton.
Blanche, how could you tell such a lie?
He didn't believe me for a minute. He told me I was much too attractive to be related to her. But he gave us the room anyhow because he said he liked my moxie.
What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. I know it's awful, but I have this incredible sweet tooth.
What is it?
Cheesecake. What kind? Chocolate.
Oh, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship. I guess some things never change.
They sure don't.
How do you break off a relationship when the sex is great? When the sex is lousy, it's easy. 2 more dates and it's over. You know, just to make sure.
I remember the best sex of my whole life.
Was it difficult?
Blanche, don't you think it's time we cut the cake?
Oh, yes, I do, Rose. Who invited... Well, actually, girls, Rose is right. I am much taller. I just appeared in the dream this way to make a point.
Oh, Daddy, you always did know the right thing to do. Do you really think Jonathan and I will be happy together?
Rose, all you can do is follow your heart. No one can predict the future.
What's about getting married?
Yes,
Or that I'm not used to being with a beautiful woman like you?
yes,
Or that I'm just a naive, inexperienced man?
yes.
No. It's none of those things, Blanche. It's because
Good mothers, and you remember what to do. Blanche, watch the others. You look like you pick up things quickly. Gotta go, please.
What is wrong with this baby? Honey, darling, what?
Mail call.
Rose, you're here. That's good. I am absolutely snowed under with this wetlands thing. And as usual, I know I can count on you.
I'm sorry, Dorothy.
What? But, Rose, you always help out.
Hard way.
Kenny, come here. What's with this clown business? Couldn't you be a lawyer and just hang out with clowns?
Oh, I know it sounds a little odd, Mrs. Petrella, but right now I'm just burned out on law. Frankly, at this point, I think I can contribute more to the world in big red shoes and a spinning bow tie and carrying a little umbrella.
And I would say I always looked up to you like an older sister.
Thank you, Blanche. Oh, and I forgot one thing. I would also say you're fat.
Forget the Dr. Blanche. Call the paramedics.
What is taking them so long? It's been over an hour.
I'm sure they're doing the best they can.
Cafeteria was closed. This is all I could find.
Thanks, honey.
Any word on Sophia?
Or nude body.
Nude? The statue's gonna be nude?
What did you think? He put it in a rain poncho and a fireman's hat?
Oh, my God.
Hey, Dorothy, can you believe it? 10 grand for this piece of junk.
Oh, it's nice to be with a real woman.
You didn't think I was too forward?
No, you were a perfect lady. And once again, don't worry about the pants. I know a lot of good tailors.
Hey, you started. Don't think I didn't notice you playing footsie with me under the table tonight.
No,
It's a romantic mood. I'm gonna let that golden opportunity pass right by.
Hello.
Dorothy, I got her costume for the masquerade ball at the counseling center.
Oh, no, is it time for that again?
Oh, it's the biggest social event of the season. Dorothy, it'll be fun.
It will not be fun. Ooh, there is no fun in my life.
Have you ever...
Well, we're just really proud of you, Rose.
And I'm sure, Rose, that there is nobody who deserves that award more than you do.
This is the captain speaking. We are about to begin our descent to St. Gustav Airport. At least I think it's the airport.
I'm Rose.
I am going to keep one arm around your waist to make sure you don't disappear again.
Darling, this is Alfred. He's an ear, nose, and throat specialist. He says he's been looking for love in all the wrong places.
Thank you, Blanche. You know, I can't believe how nice you're being to me, even though I'm suing your friend.
Well, I've always been attracted to ever so slightly younger men. Besides, just look at you. Oh, must be so frustrating for an athlete like you. Did you ever play any college ball?
You know what might happen to me if I didn't do my duty?
What?
Free swimming lessons with a cement kickboard.
Hi, girls.
Rose, honey, is something wrong?
No, I'm just a little depressed.
Oh, come on now, Rose. If there's something wrong, you can
I thought you knew.
Well, I didn't know. First you guys give me that transfusion, and now you tell me this.
Honey, I guess there's really not much you can do.
Well, sure there is. There's plenty I can do. Like sit around the house for the next 72 hours, scared to death he's going to tell me I have something that's going to kill me. For 16 years, my entire life revolved around butter.
You were very fortunate. So many of us wasted our youth.
When the time came for the pageant, I was incredible. I showed poise in the evening gown competition. I was brilliant in the oral butter quiz. They couldn't even...
For 100 square miles, which is where the old Sicilian saying, "It's raining cats and pepperoni," comes from. Is this helping anyone yet? Because this sure feels like an ending to me.
Oh, it's helping me, Sophia. What I got out of the story was that I should take a bad situation from my ancestors. The Vikings were a seafaring people, you know.
They also wore horns on their head and metal braziers. This is not the same.
So he dumped you, huh?
He did not dump me. Jeffrey is being transferred to the Aleutian Islands. He's going to a top-secret base where he can't have any...
I am never speaking to that low-down scuzzball ever again. He changed his mind.
Hello? Yes, this is Rose. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, okay. Bye.
Instead of doing the right thing and awarding me the crown as the most beautiful girl in the county, they made me runner-up and awarded me Miss Congeniality instead. At that moment, I vowed to make that town pay for valuing my personality over my perfect body.
I hear that Vanna White has the same problem. You went to my mother's room in the middle of the night?
Many, many times, 2 or 3 times a week. And she was always so kind and comforting.
I don't understand. Every time I'd knock on her door late at night, she'd say, "Not now, I'm watching Bob Costas."
Sophia doesn't have a TV in her room.
I know.
The reason they were so expensive was he had used all imported meats and cheeses.
You know, that story still tickles me just as much as the first time Charlie told it to me.
It just amazes me how much you know about my life with Charlie.
Rose. Time.
Well, I would certainly have to discuss that with your parents.
Oh, Mom and Dad will say yes. Well, they'll be as happy with the idea as I am. I'm gonna get some ice cream.
Wait up, I'll show you where I hide the good stuff.
Variety of men in our lives.
Well, thanks again for the ride home, Dirk. I'll see you at Tuesday's jazzercise class.
I'll see you then.
Okay.
Unless I see you before then. I mean, if you wouldn't mind, maybe we could go out.
My Dirk, did I just hear you ask me for a date?
Are you deaf? I heard him from here.
So, Blanche?
I'm not going.
Your daughter's getting married.
I cannot be in the same room with him. I know I'll do something crazy and just ruin the whole wedding.
Blanche and I'll be right beside you. Nothing can happen.
I cannot do it.
All right, I've heard enough. We are talking about your daughter's wedding, Dorothy Spornak. Now you get on your feet, get out that...
Why skipper? Because you like boats?
No, I like to skip. I got beat up a lot as a child.
Well, were you and Rose really serious?
Oh, you bet. In fact, Rose Lindstrom gave me my first real...
How do I look?
Oh, is today your audit?
Yes. He should be here in a minute.
Blanche, how are you going to explain that outfit?
The zipper's in the back?
Fall back, but your chest does too. Unfortunately, it falls back and off to the side.
Well, it's too late to do anything until morning. We might as well get some sleep.
I can't sleep. I'm wound up tighter than the girdle on the back.
But it was so confusing. It's a girl. Now it's a dove. Now it's a glass of milk. I don't know how he got her in that deck of cards. But there she was, right after the King of Hearts. Is this your baby?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to finish my crossword puzzle. Now then, Dorothy, would you say you are a very neat person?
Oh, yes. Very, very neat.
Please, you're neat and I wear a D cup.
At that moment, I was confused.
Clayton is a hobo?
No, Dorothy.
Knock it off, Rose.
It's just that I've always dreamed about learning to tap dance, and I guess I'd get too gung-ho about things. When I was a child, I used to get overexcited and pet the cat too hard.
In lieu of a story, would you settle for a very wise observation?
Oh, yes, Ma.
Al's a good guy, and he makes you happy. And if you're doing it for that reason alone, it's worth it. It's my guess that you're also doing it because in your heart, you feel it's the right thing.
Thanks, Ma. That means a lot to me.
Good.
लोकप्रिय आमदार मनन दिलदार कार्य त्यांचं महान लोकप्रिय आमदार मनन दिलदार कार्य त्यांचं महान आमचे लोकप्रिय नेते अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण आमचे लोकप्रिय नेते अरविंद अण्णा मनन हायलय मोठा असा दयाळू आमचा नेता जीवापाड प्रेम करते अहो त्यांच्यावर ही जनता अहो मनन हायलय मोठा असा दयाळू आमचा नेता जीवापाड प्रेम करते अहो त्यांच्यावर ही जनता कलाकाराचा गुणवानाचा सदा करी सन्मान कलाकाराचा गुणवानाचा सदा करी सन्मान लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण दानशूर साऱ्या नेत्यामध्ये बघा आमचे अरविंद अण्णा लय वकीलदार अहो गरिबाचा हवाली तो खरा आहे दानशूर साऱ्या नेत्यामध्ये बघा आमचे अरविंद अण्णा लय वकीलदार लोक कल्याणासाठी रात्रन दिवस वाहे सदा जीवन लोक कल्याणासाठी रात्रन दिवस वाहे सदा जीवन लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण पाटलाने बघा कस त्यांच्या कार्याला हो चांगलं अंतकरणातून बघा त्यांना नेता आपला राम पाटलाने बघा कस त्यांच्या कार्याला हो चांगलं अंतकरणातून बघा त्यांना नेता आपला ना झाला कधी ना होणार असा आमदारी कोण ना झाला कधी ना होणार असा आमदारी कोण लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण लोकप्रिय आमदार मनान दिलदार कार्य त्यांचं महान लोकप्रिय आमदार मनान दिलदार कार्य त्यांचं महान लोकप्रिय आमचा नेता अरविंद अण्णा चव्हाण लोकप्रिय